Hi guys, I'm back as promised with Silas, also known as my little Pope. We've missed the window of time to get some good light in this room, and so kind of working with the overhead light. But anyway, so boring to talk about lighting. But I'm going to change him and just reconnect with my doll here for a second and make a video with you guys. Rocking the tripod back and forth, but we'll get settled here. So how has everybody been? Oh my gosh, it's been so insane. And when I tell you, I cannot wait until projects are settled for a bit and I can just live. It'll be so nice. So I was thinking, following a train of different thoughts on my drive home tonight. And so I was thinking about a question/topic a little bit. It was popping into my head how something that we say a lot, I may have said it. If I haven't said it in a video, I certainly have said it, privately or in my head, or agreed with somebody else saying it. I don't know. And that is that we're not here for drama. This is supposed to be about our dolls, changing our dolls, appreciating the art, the clothes, that kind of thing. And I was thinking, the word that was sticking out to me is, we're supposed to. And I was like, well, is there a supposed to? Okay, so what is the YouTube platform? It's supposed to be, it was intended to be, as best I can tell, an open platform for real life people to share their lives, their interests, whatever it is that they choose to post, a community network, a social network platform. That other than having some rules of conduct, doesn't really have, guidelines in terms of what the purpose is. And it's interesting. It's an interesting phenomenon, if you can call it that. That we, as people, will hear something that sounds correct. This is a tricky top, you guys, because he has a very big head, but he's also not a small baby. I think we'll come from the bottom. The neck opening is not very large on this onesie. We hear something that sounds correct, or sounds like it vibes with the way that we feel, and we'll say, yeah. I mean, I do it too all the time with quotes, and sometimes when you stop and think about it, well, sometimes it doesn't even make sense. But sometimes it's like we're assuming it's true. I don't know if this is going to work for you. You're a big boy. He's wearing a muscle shirt. Give me a second here so I don't keep stopping. There you go. There you go, little baby. So it sounds like it should be true, or it sounds cool, and we're just like, yeah. And then sometimes when you think about it, though, it's not necessarily a broad sweeping truth. Like saying, like someone who is born blind saying, life is very different when you go through it without judging things by what you filter through your eyes. And you would say, it sure is. but neither of you could truly answer whether that's true or not, because the person who has never seen with their eyes cannot possibly compare their experience to somebody who has, and vice versa. And even if they were speaking to somebody who had lost their sight, they still couldn't totally compare that statement, because if they had had sight at one time, right, their experience is still different. Anyway, I was thinking, is it true that the videos in this community or any other are not supposed to be about drama or fighting or any of that? Is that true? And or is it just that personally that's not what our preference is? Because admit it or not, for some people that is their preference. You know, if you just look at the number of views on my videos in general, I think that if there's a topic that alludes to something possibly having to do with drama, there seems to be a little bit more of viewing than just a changing video. So we say we're here for the dolls and for changing, but I would argue that there's an increase in audience when it's about more than that. So if there's a supposed to, I guess we're supposed to decide, in my opinion, we're supposed to decide what we feel the community is for, and find the pockets of the community that fulfill that, I guess. You know what I mean? Just trying to think of an example. I thought about a couple things, like let's say a prom. You could say a prom is supposed to be a time for kids to get together and be formal and, you know, like celebrate with their friends. For some people, prom is supposed to be a place where they could potentially get better stuff for their transcript by being prom queen, or that prom is a place where you're supposed to look your prettiest and show off your best fashion skills, you know, or prom is supposed to be where you have your first kiss or your first something else. Like, what prom is supposed to be is different for everybody else who attends it. Or let's say like a job opportunity in a philanthropic organization that has some kind of a mission. Some people might say, you know, taking that job is supposed to be because it feels good. You're giving while you're earning. Someone else would feel that job is a great opportunity to grow their portfolio. I don't know. These aren't the greatest examples, but you probably get what I'm saying. Like, right or wrong, everybody has their own agenda and their own preferences. Almost every platform, or we'll say maybe that's too assumptive without any backup, but many platforms have different values to different users. You know, you could go to a human activism march, and you know, the bulk of people may be there to just genuinely, anonymously show their support in numbers and express love peacefully. Some people may see it as an opportunity to express their anger. Some people may be doing it because it helps them look a certain way to somebody, you know. And some people might be there to throw paint on the people who are protesting. You know, who knows? And so I don't know if I want to say that I proclaim that this community is supposed to be something, because even if I feel my opinion on it is right, that doesn't mean it is right. It just means that from my perspective, that's my belief, and that's what's right for me. But for some people, YouTube is a place where you're supposed to be able to make extra money. For some people, it's where you're supposed to be able to go and vent anonymously and get things off your chest. I mean, look, I have zero issues with role play for the most part, but I'm not really that into it, and some of it I'm not that comfortable role playing with the dolls, pretending that they're real. Some of it I'm not comfortable with. And a lot of it I'm just, it's not really my cup of tea to watch. Some people find what I'm doing right now boring, and some people love fashion, some people hate watching haul videos. It's so different for everybody, and so I think that number one, you vote with your views. For a lot of people, they are interested in the community part, and if they have more interaction and build more friendships with a certain kind of video, they'll likely make more of that kind of video. And for some people, it's not about what anybody thinks or says or gives feedback on. It's just about what they enjoy doing, or they like getting a rise. I mean, whatever the motivation is. And so number one, you vote with your views and your viewing hours, because it affects numbers that, face it, a lot of us look at whether we want to be interested in them or not. And also, if you have monetized channels and it's a channel that is motivated by the money that they can bring in, that will affect their content. But also, I think, in my opinion, that matters no more than anybody else's, I think that it's a judgment, whether we think it's a good and a right judgment or not, because we feel we're morally correct. It is a judgment to say what somebody should or shouldn't be able to do. I think that the best feeling thing for us as individuals is to just locate the things that we do like and put our energy there. And maybe you like all of it, and a lot of people, it just depends on the day, right? Anyway, so totally, random thought about that term. This is supposed to be a place where we can XYZ. It is a place where we can XYZ. It just means that we don't expect every single person to provide the exact content that we most want, if that makes sense. So anyway, those are my 2 cents. Look at little Silas. My little boy, he's so cute. Look at those feet. Love this sculpt, you guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing this little man. He's got so much movement to his sculpt. Look at those hands. He is, for those of you who haven't seen him before, he's the Will Sculpt by Natalie Scholl. It is a long sold out kit from, I want to say 2012. And he was painted by Helena at Tiny Gifts Nursery. She's over on Instagram. And we love this little man. Okay, well, we will be back soon with some more videos and some more babies, and stay tuned for a belated birthday baby that should be home in a couple of months. Very exciting. All right, guys. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for stopping by. Look forward to coming back soon and wishing you all a fantastic rest of the week. Much love. Bye for now.